Right then, let's talk about diggers. Not just any old digger, mind you. We're talking about the big yellow beasts you see all over Britain, the proper excavators that shape our world. To some, they're just lumps of metal, hydraulics, and diesel fumes. But to anyone who's ever sat in the cab or watched a master at work, they're a whole lot more. They're an extension of the operator, a massive steel arm that can perform tasks with the delicacy of a surgeon or the brute force of a giant. It's a proper marvel when you think about it, this relationship between man and machine, a partnership built on skill, trust, and a good old-fashioned brew in the morning. It's a quintessentially British thing, our love for these machines. You see kids stopping to gawp at them on their way to school, their faces pressed against the fence, dreaming of the day they get to pull the levers. And it's not just the little ones. Grown men, proper blokes, will stand and watch a good operator for ages, appreciating the skill involved. It's like watching a top-level sportsman, but instead of a ball, they're controlling 20 tons of metal. It's that blend of power and precision that gets you. One minute it's ripping up tons of concrete. The next it's gently nudging a drain pipe into place. Millimeter perfect. It's proper brilliant. This isn't just about digging holes, is it? That's the basic bit, the bread and butter. The real magic happens when you get into the nitty-gritty. It's about understanding the ground beneath you, feeling the feedback through the controls, knowing just how much pressure to apply. A good operator doesn't just see a pile of dirt, they see a puzzle. How do I get this trench dug without the sides collapsing? How do I lift this massive pipe over that wall without taking the wall with it? It's a constant stream of problem solving, and the tools are a couple of joysticks and a whole lot of experience tucked away in your head. And let's be honest, there's a real beauty to it. Watching a fleet of excavators working in sync on a big motorway job, it's like a mechanical ballet. Each machine has its role, each operator knows their part, and it all comes together to create something massive, something new. From the foundations of a skyscraper in London to a new wind farm in the Scottish Highlands. These machines and the geniuses who drive them are the unsung heroes of progress. They're the ones doing the heavy lifting, literally, laying the groundwork for the future of our country. And that, my friend, is something worth celebrating. People think driving a digger is all about brute force, about tearing up the earth with massive metal teeth. But that's only half the story, and it's not even the interesting half. The real skill is in the finesse. I've seen operators do things with a 10-ton bucket that you'd struggle to do with your own hands. It's a proper art form. They call it the digger dance for a reason. It's about smooth, flowing movements, a delicate touch that belies the sheer size of the machine. It's knowing exactly where the edge of your bucket is, down to the last centimeter, without even looking. I remember watching a lad on a site in Manchester. He had to place a series of heavy concrete rings for a new drainage system into a deep, narrow trench. The clearance on either side was next to nothing. He picked up each ring, weighing a couple of tons, mind you, and lowered it down as gently as if it were a teacup. He'd give it a tiny nudge here, a little twist there, until it slotted perfectly into place. No bumps, no scrapes, just a quiet thud as it settled. The banksman just gave him a thumbs up. They both knew it was a job well done. That's not something you learn from a manual. That's years of feel and instinct. Then there are the party tricks, the stuff that shows off true mastery. I've heard tales of operators using the bucket to knock a bottle cap off a beer bottle without touching the glass, or delicately cracking an egg. While that might sound like just messing about, it demonstrates an incredible level of control. It shows that the operator is completely in tune with their machine. They can feel every tiny vibration, every change in pressure. The excavator isn't just a tool, it's a part of them. They are connected by a web of hydraulic fluid and electrical signals, a true man-machine hybrid. This level of precision is crucial every single day on site. Think about digging around existing services, gas pipes, water mains, fiber optic cables. One wrong move, one clumsy jab with the bucket, and you've got chaos. You could cut off the internet for a whole town, or worse, cause a serious gas leak. The operators are the surgeons of the subsoil. carefully cutting away the earth to expose these vital arteries without causing a scratch. It's a high-stakes operation, and they perform it with a calm, steady hand, day in and day out. It's a testament to their skill and concentration. On any proper job site, the excavator operator is never truly alone. They've got a crucial partner on the ground, the banksman. This partnership is one of the most important relationships in construction. It's a bond built on absolute trust, clear communication, and a shared understanding of the job. The operator is in the cab with a good view, but they have blind spots. The banksman is their eyes and ears on the ground, guiding them, keeping the work area safe, and directing every precise movement. It's a silent language of hand signals, nods, and shouts over the roar of the engine. You can spot a good team a mile off. The communication is seamless, almost telepathic. The banksman doesn't just wave their arms about randomly. Every gesture is precise and meaningful. A slight rotation of the hand means slew left. A finger pointing down means lower the boom slowly. The operator responds instantly, the machine moving as if guided by the banksman's own thoughts. They anticipate each other's needs. The banksman knows what the operator needs to see, and the operator knows what the banksman is about to ask for. It's a proper team effort, a well-oiled machine made of both man and metal. This trust is most vital when things get tricky. Imagine reversing a 30-ton machine in a tight, cluttered space, with other workers moving about. The operator is putting their faith, and the safety of everyone around them, entirely in the hands of the banksman. They have to trust that the path is clear, that the signals are accurate. I saw a job once where they had to lower a massive steel beam into a basement through a small hole in the floor above. The operator couldn't see a thing below. His banksman guided the whole operation over the radio, talking him through it inch by inch. It was nerve-wracking to watch, but they did it perfectly. And it's not all serious business. There's a lot of banter and camaraderie between the operator and their banksman. They're often the first ones on site and the last to leave, sharing a flask of tea and putting the world to rights. They'll have a laugh, take the mickey out of each other, but when it's time to work, the focus is absolute. This friendship makes the team stronger. It means they look out for each other, not just because it's their job, but because they're mates. That human connection is the invisible grease that keeps the wheels of the construction industry turning smoothly. Let's be honest, a building site wouldn't be a building site without a bit of a laugh. The work is hard, the hours are long, and the weather is often rubbish. You need a good sense of humor to get you through the day, and sometimes the diggers themselves become part of the fun. It's not about being reckless, mind you. It's about those little moments of daftness that break up the monotony and remind everyone not to take things too seriously. It's the British way, finding a bit of a chuckle in the middle of a hard graft. I heard a classic story about a site manager who was a bit of a stickler for rules, always going on about keeping the site tidy. One afternoon, he left his brand new, shiny hard hat on the dashboard of his Land Rover. While he was in the site office, one of the operators, a proper character, saw his chance. With surgical precision, he used the excavator's bucket to pick up a single muddy traffic cone and place it perfectly over the manager's car, completely hiding it from view. The look on the manager's face when he came out was apparently priceless. He couldn't even be mad, he just had to laugh. Then there are the impromptu competitions. The end of the day, the pressure's off, and someone will set up a challenge. Who can pick up a pallet and stack it on top of another one the quickest? Who can use the bucket to gently roll a football into a makeshift goal? It's all good-natured fun, a way for the operators to show off their skills and have a bit of friendly rivalry. It's amazing to see what they can get these massive machines to do. It's like watching a group of giants playing a game of Jenga. It's these moments that build morale and make a team of colleagues feel more like a family. Of course, sometimes the humor comes from things not going quite to plan. Not dangerous things, just the silly, everyday mishaps. Like the time an operator was trying to clear some overgrown brambles and accidentally scooped up a scarecrow from an adjacent field, lifting it high in the air like a captured spy. Or the young lad who, On his first day, managed to get his digger stuck in the mud, much to the amusement of the entire crew, who then spent the next hour offering helpful advice while another machine pulled him out. You have to be able to laugh at yourself in this game. It's a vital survival skill. The best excavator operators are more than just drivers. They're inventors, they're engineers in their own right. They're faced with unique problems every single day, and the solution isn't always in the textbook. This is where, honestly, the real genius comes out. It's the ability to look at the machine, look at the problem, and come up with a clever, unconventional solution that gets the job done. It's about thinking outside the bucket, you might say. This sort of ingenuity is what separates a good operator from a great one, and it's something you see on British building sites all the time. I remember a job on a steep wooded hillside where they needed to install a long pipeline. Getting a traditional crane up there was impossible. The solution? Well, the excavator operator and the site foreman cooked up a plan. They used one excavator to anchor itself securely to some trees, and then used a second excavator positioned below to pass the sections of pipe up to the first one. The first machine would then act like a crane, carefully lifting and positioning the pipe. It was slow, painstaking work, but it was a brilliant piece of improvisation that saved a massive amount of time and money. Sometimes, the innovation is in the attachments. You'll see operators and site mechanics welding up custom bits of kit in the workshop. Maybe it's a special hook on the side of the bucket for lifting chains, a modified grab for handling awkward logs, or even just a simple plate welded on to act as a tamper for compacting soil in a tight corner. These aren't fancy, factory-made tools. They're born out of necessity, created by the people who know the job inside out. It's practical, no-nonsense problem-solving at its finest, a real testament to the resourcefulness of the British worker. Another great example is what they call benching in. When you have to dig a very deep excavation, instead of just digging a massive hole, a skilled operator will cut steps or benches into the side of the earth. This allows them to safely work their way down, level by level, without the risk of a major collapse. It takes incredible skill and a deep understanding of soil mechanics. It's not just digging, it's sculpting the land, using the excavator as a massive chisel to create a safe and stable working environment. It's clever, it's safe, and it's bloody effective. There are times on a job when everything comes down to the wire. A deadline is looming, the weather is about to turn, or a critical part of the project needs to be finished so everyone else can get on with their work. This is when the pressure is really on, and it's when you see the true grit and talent of Britain's excavator operators. It's like the final lap of a race. The adrenaline is pumping, and every move counts. They don't panic. They get their heads down, focus, and get the job done. It's a sight to behold. Think about emergency repair work. A major water main bursts, flooding a road and cutting off supply to hundreds of homes. There's no time to waste. The call goes out, and an operator is on site in the middle of the night, their digger's lights cutting through the darkness. They have to work fast, but they also have to work carefully, digging around a web of other pipes and cables. The whole community is relying on them. They thrive under that pressure, drawing on their years of experience to clear the way for the repair crew with speed and precision. They are the fourth emergency service. Or consider a big concrete pour. The concrete wagons are booked, and once they start arriving, they don't stop. The foundations have to be dug, graded, and ready to go exactly on time. If the excavator operator is behind schedule, it costs a fortune in wasted concrete and waiting time. I've seen operators work with incredible speed and intensity to meet these deadlines, their buckets flying, sculpting the earth with an urgency that is honestly mesmerizing. They're not just moving dirt, they're racing against the clock. And it's a race they are determined to win for the good of the team. This ability to perform under pressure is a mark of a true professional. It's not about rushing or cutting corners, it's about efficiency, about making every single movement count. No wasted swings of the arm, no unnecessary repositioning of the tracks. It's a state of total focus where the operator and the machine become one single, highly efficient unit. They block out all the distractions and get into a rhythm, a flow state. It's in these high-stakes moments, these great British dig-offs, that you see the true heart and soul of these excavator geniuses. They don't just handle the pressure, they excel in it. When you get a whole team of excavators working together on a major project, it's more than just construction. It's a performance. It's a symphony in steel and diesel. Each machine has its part to play, from the big 50-ton bulk movers to the smaller, more agile machines doing the finishing work. And just like an orchestra, it needs a conductor, the site foreman, to make sure everyone is playing from the same sheet music. The result is a powerful, coordinated effort that can transform a landscape in a matter of days. It's organized chaos, and it's honestly magnificent. On a big earth-moving job, like a new bypass or a reservoir, you'll see the process unfold. The big excavators are the percussion section, the heavy hitters. They work relentlessly, digging and loading a constant stream of dumper trucks. They establish the rhythm of the site. Following behind them are the medium-sized machines, the string section perhaps, spreading and grading the material, shaping the new contours of the land. They refine the work of the big diggers, smoothing out the rough edges and preparing the ground for the next stage. It's a production line of earth moving. Then come the soloists, the smaller, more nimble excavators. These are your woodwind instruments, playing the intricate melodies. They are digging the narrow trenches for drainage and utilities, grading the fine canvas on a new road, or carefully trimming the verges. This is where the delicate touch comes back in. The operators of these machines need a light hand and a good eye for detail. They provide the finishing touches that turn a patch of churned-up mud into a piece of finished infrastructure. Every part of this mechanical orchestra is essential to the final composition. What's truly amazing is how it all flows together. The operators are in constant communication, either by radio or just by watching each other. They know when to move in, when to pull back, and how to stay out of each other's way. There's a deep, unspoken understanding of the overall goal. It's not just a collection of individuals doing their own thing. It's a cohesive team, moving in harmony. The roar of the engines, the hiss of the hydraulics, the clank of the buckets. It's the soundtrack to Britain being built, a powerful symphony of progress. For a top operator, their excavator isn't just a tool provided by the company, it's their machine. There's a massive amount of pride involved. These blokes and lasses spend more time in their cabs than they do in their own living rooms, so they make it their own. You'll see it on any site. Some machines are just machines, but others have a real personality. The cab will be spotlessly clean with custom seat covers, a decent radio, and maybe even a little air freshener dangling from the mirror. It's their office and they take pride in it. This pride extends to the outside of the machine as well. A dedicated operator will keep their digger in top nick. They're the ones who'll stay a bit late to grease the pins, check the oil, and clear the mud from the tracks. They know every single noise the machine makes. They can tell if something's not quite right just by a slight change in the engine note or a different feel in the hydraulics. This isn't just about maintenance. It's about respect for the machine that earns them their living and that they rely on every day. It's a partnership. And you've got to look after your partner. You often see them personalized too. A sticker for their favorite football team on the window, or the name of their kids written neatly on the side of the cab. These little touches turn an anonymous piece of yellow equipment into a personal statement. It says, "This is my machine and I'm proud of the work we do together." It's a sign of a true professional, someone who is not just doing a job but is invested in their craft. They have a bond with their digger that goes beyond simple operation. It's a bond of ownership and pride. This sense of pride translates directly into the quality of the work. An operator who loves their machine is an operator who loves their job. They will go the extra mile to get things perfect, to leave a tidy finish, to do the job right. They're not just digging a trench, they're putting their name to it. That machine is a reflection of them, and they want it to represent quality and professionalism. So when you see a gleaming excavator on a site, one that's clearly been looked after, you can bet your bottom dollar that the person in the cab is a proper genius at what they do. So, next time you're stuck in traffic next to a building site, don't just curse the delay. Take a moment to have a proper look at the excavators and the people operating them. These aren't just anonymous workers in noisy machines. These are some of the most skilled and inventive people in the country. They are the quiet geniuses who are physically shaping the world around us, laying the foundations for our homes, offices, hospitals, and roads. Every scoop of the bucket, every carefully graded slope, is a small but vital contribution to the fabric of our nation. The excavator is the ultimate symbol of this work. It's a machine of incredible power, but in the right hands, it's also a tool of incredible subtlety. It represents the perfect partnership between human ingenuity and mechanical strength. The operators who master these machines are artists, surgeons, and engineers all rolled into one. They combine practical knowledge with an intuitive feel for the work, solving complex problems on the fly with a calmness and creativity that is truly something to admire. They are the backbone of the construction industry. From the biggest infrastructure projects that change the face of our cities, to the smallest local jobs that improve our communities, the excavator and its operator are always there. They are the first on site, preparing the ground for everything that follows, and often the last to leave, tidying up and landscaping the finished product. Their work is often buried underground or hidden beneath concrete and tarmac, but it is the essential first step in every single construction story. Without their skill, nothing else could happen. So let's raise a brew to the excavator geniuses of Britain, to their skill, their humor, their ingenuity, and their hard graft. They are the unsung heroes working in all weathers to build a better future for all of us. They are the masters of their craft, the conductors of the steel symphony, and the pilots of the big yellow machines that we all, secretly or not so secretly, love to watch. They are building Britain one precise, powerful, and perfectly executed scoop at a time. And that's proper brilliance.